Hi, I'm Vince, and in this sponsored video I want to give you my honest opinion of the Nuwave Pick Pro Induction Cooktop. This thing is absolutely incredible. I can tell you that right off the bat. It's the Pick Pro Chef, and what I'm going to do is tell you some of the features it has. Then I'm going to answer 5 of the most commonly asked questions about it, and then I'm going to demonstrate it for you. I'm even going to compare this to my electric top stove back here, just to show you some of the differences. So what's unique about this? Well, first of all, it has an 8-inch cooking surface right here, so it's going to cover a lot of your pots and pans that you're going to use. It allows for a ton of features. For instance, you've got the start button that starts the cooking. When it comes on, when you plug it in, it's automatically set to medium high, but you can set it to low, medium, medium high, high, and max sear. And in the instruction book, it tells you what each of those is. Those are preset temperatures that are most commonly used. That's a great little feature across the bottom here. But you can manually adjust the temperature with the plus and minus button by 5 degrees at a time. You just can't do that on an electric stove, certainly can't do it on a gas stove. You're turning the knob, but you don't really know what the temperature is. It could be jumping by 50 degrees for all you know. This allows for very precise control. It has a timer, so you can set the timer if you need to cook something for a certain amount of time. Just walk away and it'll cook it. It has a program feature. We're going to talk about that in a minute. It lets you program up to 10 different cooking settings at once. And it has also this watts button, which is really cool because this will allow you to set this at 900 watts, 1500 watts, or 1800 watts. And we'll talk about that in a little bit too. The surface here is made of shatter-proof glass, so it does a fantastic job of holding up. And it'll do anywhere from 100 degrees to 575 degrees. So it covers an awful lot of range there, up to 575, which is what professional chefs say is the perfect searing temperature for things like steak. So this has just about everything you could want it to have. But before we start to demonstrate it and I show you how it works and some of the things to look for, let's answer 5 of the most commonly asked questions about this. First is, do I need special cookware for this cooktop? And the answer is yes. Special in the sense that it just needs to be induction compatible. So it needs to be metal or have a metal plate in it. And there's a couple of ways that you can tell that. For instance, with the pots and pans that we have these hex clad. Now, these are metal, definitely can handle the induction. There's no problem with that. And a lot of the new pans that can do that, metal pans, if you look on here, it tells you right on it, induction. So you know that this pan will work on that particular unit. But what about something like this, a no-stick ceramic pan? These are our favorite pots and pans to use because they are no-stick surface, but there's nothing on the back that tells me they're induction, or even has the induction symbol, which is a little infinity symbol. Those things will tell you that. So how would I know if this would work with this ceramic here? An easy test is to get a magnet. If the magnet sticks, it'll work on your induction. So these will work. So you do need special pots and pans, only in the sense that they need to be metal. And a lot of the new ceramic ones have a metal layer built in, specifically designed for induction stoves. Question 2, what temperature range does it offer? As I mentioned, 100 to 575. And because you can do it in 5 degree increments, that's 94 different temperature settings. 94 temperature settings. Can I lower the wattage so it doesn't draw as much power? Absolutely. All the way down to 900 up to 1800. It's on 1800 when you start it, that's the default, but you can lower it if you're okay with things taking a little longer to cook, or maybe you're camping, or maybe you're using it in an RV and you want it to draw a little less power. You can certainly adjust it. How large a pan can I use on it? As small as 3 inches And they don't recommend going over 11. You could use a wok that's 16 inches, but it's going to be heating that center section of the wok. It's going to take a little longer for the edges. So their recommendation is 3 inches to 11 inches, but you could do 12 or 13 without any problem. Another common question, and the last one I'll cover, is can it automatically change temperatures while cooking? And that's a really cool thing that my electric stove can't do. Most gas stoves can't do. You can program as many as 10 cooking stages all at once, so that it can allow it to boil at one temperature, then automatically reduce to a simmer for a specified time. It also has a delayed start function, so you can tell it, all right, everything's ready, start cooking this. I'm going to need it ready by 5, so start cooking it at 4. So lots of really, really cool features. But now what I want to do is demonstrate it to you. And what I'm going to demonstrate is I'm going to take 1 cup of water in my ceramic pot here that will work with the induction. 1 cup of water, and I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to hit it to, I think, medium or medium high. I'll tell you which one. That'll put this at about 475 degrees, and I will see how long it takes to boil the water. I'll be right back. All right, I've got my 1 cup of water in my saucepan here, and the setting is high for 425 degrees. So I'm going to put it on there, and I'm going to get a timer started. Let me do that. Get the timer started, and I will set the timer, and we'll see how long it takes for me to boil 1 cup of water with the timer going. All right, here we go. I'm going to start it. I'm going to put it on high. That tells me right there the display says 425, and I'm going to hit the start button. And I'm going to hit the start on the stopwatch. So here you can see the water is boiling. It started tiny little bubbles in the bottom at 55 seconds. And at 1 minute and 30 seconds, it's at a rapid boil. I'll let it go just a little bit more here, but 1 minute and 30 seconds, rapid boil. Look how fast that went. You can see the steam coming off of it. That is super fast for the boiling, and that's at 425 degrees. So it's been running, let's just see, it's been running now. I just stopped it. 2 minutes and 9 seconds total, and it's at a very rapid boil. It was boiling rapidly at 1 minute and 30 seconds. And I'll just stop it. One of the cool things about these induction type cooktops, look how quickly I stopped it in about 7 seconds, the boiling's done. So just as they heat something up really fast, the heat goes away really fast from the induction unit. Your pan's still hot. This is still hot to the touch, but it quits producing the heat instantly. Whereas on a cooktop, if it cooks and you turn that electric burner off or you turn that gas off, it's still hot for a good while. It's still producing heat. So let me take you over to my electric stove top, and we'll see how long it takes that to heat the same water. I'm going to cool this pan, cool it down, put a new cup of water in there, and we'll see how long it takes. Here we are at my electric cooktop on my regular oven. I'm going to put the small burner here onto high, and we'll time how long that takes. I'm starting the timer. So there we go. We're at a rapid boil. I'd say that rapid boil is about the same as the rapid boil we got. That took 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So 2 minutes, 45 seconds. We had a rapid boil like that in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now here's the other thing I'm going to show you. I've got my thermal gun, and this is a E-Tech City thermal gun. I've got a video up for this. Check out my storefront. This is awesome too. But keep in mind that the induction stove that we just used, that cooktop, it boiled the water to a rapid boil like this in 1 minute and 30 seconds. By 2 minutes, it was doing this, and that was at 475 degrees. What is this running at? 714, 730. So, look, I don't know if you can see that, but it's taking 66% more temperature to get the same result. So you're doing it with a much lower temperature in the cooktop than the induction than you are with the cooktop. And this is radiating a ton of heat. I mean, even that, I'm 6 inches away and that hurts. It's starting to get hot. I can feel the heat way up here. The little light over here is going to stay on right there. That's going to be on for almost a half an hour because this is going to be hot to the touch. The induction stove, immediately the heat stops, and in about 5 minutes you can touch the top of the stove. So the reason this doesn't get hot like that, it gets hot, but what induction is doing is it's using magnetism. That's why you need a metal cooking pan or pot, because it heats up the atoms. It gets them vibrating and heats them up. So it's not actually heating the surface of this. It's heating the actual pan itself, and that's why it works so quickly, and it's why it cools so quickly. This I can touch already. It was 475. It's been 5 or 6 minutes. I won't be able to touch my stove for about a half an hour. Now let's look at one more little cooking experiment. I'm going to cook up an egg just to show you how that works. So here we are, ready to cook. It's on, set to nothing. I'm going to tell it that I want this at about 260 degrees for my egg. Now medium gets me 275, and I just press. Now I'm down to 260. Put the pan up, I'll hit start. I hit start. Put the pan up there. We're going to throw a little bit of butter in. (260 degrees). I'm going to let that butter melt down, which it's doing nicely. And this is at the 1800 watts, and that's what I will typically use. I just keep it on that. But if you want to use less energy, you certainly could lower it. Just you don't get as much energy to it, that's all. And it is great for camping or RVs just to do that. So we're letting it heat up to that 260. Already we're seeing how quickly the butter melted. The butter's starting to get warm. It's going to start to bubble in just a second, and then I'll crack the egg in. And I guess once I crack the egg in, I'll reset my timer, and we'll see how long it takes for the egg to cook in this. So we can see the bubbles starting to form. There you go. That's starting to boil, so that's a good time to get the egg in. Pop that egg in. Start the timer. And just like that, we've got a perfectly cooked egg. Cook that egg in 1 minute and 46 seconds. And there it is. Cooked well, and even that, you can see a little bit, it's still soft. And you can fiddle with it, adjust the temperatures. That seems about right to me. I'm just going to stop it, take the pan off, and that'll start to cool down almost instantly. So there you have it. I've demonstrated how it boils water faster at a lower temperature than a regular stovetop, and it'd certainly be the same with gas. Showed you how quickly it cooks an egg and what a nice job it does, how quickly it warms up. This has a ton of features. It even has, you can press, if you're cooking something, you can press the program and low button to lock it, and then none of these other buttons can get accidentally pressed. But this is incredible. I'm going to be using this for just about everything. I mean, obviously if I have to cook a bunch of things at once, I'll have to use my electric stovetop. But for anything I'm doing, just sauteing, cooking up some burgers in a pan, eggs and that, it's going to be this. It is so much. In fact, I had to get used to using it over the last few days. I had to get used to not being able to just walk away for a few minutes because it cooks so fast. And then it cools down really fast. It's already starting. It's still a little bit hot, but it's not going to burn you. So I can't recommend this enough. This is absolutely a fantastic product. Nuwave is a well-known, reputable brand, fantastic service, fantastic product. It's durable. You're going to be thrilled with this. So if you're watching this video, you're obviously interested in an induction cooktop. A lot of us are getting these smaller ones because they're a lot less expensive than getting a whole new induction stove. And even Nuwave sells some that have multiple burners. But this is great just for what it is. It's portable, camping, going out on your RV, your boat, whatever the case, this will work perfect for you. So this obviously caught your eye, and rightfully so, because it's got a ton of features and it's a great product. So why don't you do this? Go ahead and put it in your cart. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description below. It'll take you right to your Amazon account, to this product page, and you can pop it in your cart. And just think how excited you're going to be, like I was when this showed up and I got it out and it's all shiny and new and you're like, oh man, I cannot wait to start using this. You're going to feel that same way. And I am confident that if you get one of these, you're going to love it as much as I do.